Yeah, recording.
Everybody, get up. We're here with Bruno. Bruno, a warm welcome. Well, you're warmer to the Get Up Run podcast. I've been trying to get you on for ages. I've even been over to your beautiful part of the world, and then things get busy. We were going to do it before Christmas, and now we're suddenly sat in April. Hang on, I'll just get get my camera back working. So first of all, Bruno, could you do a quick introduction about yourself and also the AlgarveUltra Trail, just very quick, and then we can do a full podcast about it.
Yeah, so my name is Bruno Rodrigues. I'm from Algarve, and my formation is geology. I'm a geologist, and I love to run outside, outdoors. And me and some colleagues, we create a club, Algarve Trail Running, and we organize events like ALUT, AlgarveUltra Trail, that cross all the Algarve from one side to the other. We cross Portugal from one the border to Spain to the sea.
Wow.
And whenever I first met Bruno back in 2019 for the night race is that in Silves, was it?
In Salire.
Yeah, in that. And that's whenever you got talking about the race to me, for the race across the Algarve. When did you set up the Algarve Trail Running Club?
In 2014. We think about that in 2013, but formally it was in 2014. So this year we'll do the 10th anniversary of Algarve Trail Running.
Wow. And what have you got planned for that? What's the celebrations that you've got, or is that a secret?
The celebration will be next year. We are planning a huge event because when I met you, it was for another event, Ultra Trilhos Rocha da Pena. This year we'll not organize Ultra Trilhos Rocha da Pena. We'll do a pause, and next year will be a totally different event. It's not one day; it's a multi-stage day from different areas. It will be. Will be at the celebration of ATR of our club. Will be next year in that event.
That's very.
And you are invited.
Oh, I'll be there. We'll be there. I'm very excited. I'm a member of one of the quite a few Portuguese WhatsApp groups, and whenever the news came up about the race for next year, it was like. So it's like Google Translate. And yourself, Bruno, how did you get into like trail running and stuff? What's your history?
My history, like lots of trail running, I was very fat as I was young, and I started running during my 15, 16, and I started running, and I like it. And I started running 10Ks, 21, 42, and a little more. And on the road was flat and boring, so I tried the hills and discover new places and invite friends to share that new places, and that's all.
Amazing. What's your favorite distance to run?
100 Ks or 100 miles, more than 100 Ks. I like to run at least 12, 14 hours. Now I don't have so much time to train as I used to have because I have 2 kids and the work. But I try to keep doing some competition and training just to get fit and enjoy.
Brilliant.
And your wife Claudia, she also is a trail runner as well. Do you sort of like take it in turns with races each year? She ran one year and then you have another year, or how are you doing that now?
Now she was injured on the ankle. Now she tried to back again to run, and maybe next year she'll run a little more. And we try to to train, to both train and do something. Sometimes one of us do a long distance and then the other the short one, and we split.
And let's talk right about the AlgarveUltra Trail. I'm lucky enough that I've lived in Portugal for a bit, and then I've been out a few times to see yourself, and you let me come out last year to follow the race, and I saw firsthand just it really hit me. I think the kind of community that you've created and the warmth that you get, because you know some events they can be quite commercial, but it was like walking into like a Portuguese version of, say, the local running club here, and it's very sociable, isn't it, with the volunteers. Bruno, I found that really, I don't know, it was special.
Yeah, the volunteers are the main core, are the core of the competition. The volunteers are mainly athletes that already did the ALUT or another type of competitions, but they are 90% of the volunteers are runners or were runners in the past. So they really need know the necessities of the athletes. Yeah. When athletes arrive to the aid station, and they already know if they need help or they don't want to, they don't need anything, just a moment of peace to relax, and after that they go until him or her and give some aid. But that's the core, the volunteers, and also the communities where we have the aid stations. Every year, the communities are more involved to help the athletes, to help the organization, and provide better conditions to all this family involved on this competition. So the volunteers are really important on this race.
The aid station locations for the AlgarveUltra Trail, I think, is something that I was lucky enough to experience. And there was one where the fire brigade use in the summer months, rather than the fire brigade being situated in a town fire station, it was like an old nunnery or something where they sat up, but then it just shows
in Messina.
That's
in Messina.
Yes, and that's when, Rachel, it rained more than I think I've ever heard raining in my life. It was.
I don't know. That was in another place. It was during the night, on the first night in Cachopo. It's a diluvium. It was terrible. We never had so much rain in ALUT. So it was incredible. You was there to see that, and every athlete arrived to the aid station completely wet, frozen, and we try to provide
air dryers,
all type of air dryers, dry clothes, lots of tea, soup, warm food to help the athlete to continue to the run. And do you know, no athlete quits on that place.
No, and I think what was amazing for me, it was as if there was almost like extra marshals and volunteers coming in. There was so much support. I think it worked out that there was one volunteer per runner, and it was evident, and also, you know, how they were, you know, getting everybody on and stuff. So if we talk a bit about the route, Bruno, I couldn't believe it, because, you know, whenever you say race across the Algarve, I didn't expect it to be on. It's on the river of Spain and Portugal where you start, isn't it?
Yeah, this year we'll start on the other side, on the west coast in Sagres, and the direction is to Spanish border. It's on opposite way than last year, and the route it follows Algarviana route. It's a grand randonnée, a market pathway. but the course don't follow right the pathway. 98% of the run is along that pathway, the Via Algarviana, and it's market, but it's mandatory to follow the GPS along the route. And this route crosses several villages along the way, and we have the 8 stations in the on the main village that we cross it.
I think that became very apparent that, you know, you have coastal paths over here, or maybe say the Pilgrim's Way and so on. I was lucky enough to go around on the first day in the recovery vehicle, and we were like driving through these little whitewashed villages that you see in the postcards and stuff. And I just was like, I was mesmerized, because sometimes you scoot away from the true part, don't you? And you don't get to see, you know, these parts of the world. And it's a real treat, you know, these kind of like races and stuff. And so, you know, you'll have quite a few people like listening to the podcast.
But you I'm sorry, this path, imagine this path follows the old village. You return to the past. When you cross that village, you return 40 years in the past, or 50, 60, and you see the way of life of that village on the past, and still doing the same today. So you have this journey to the past on some parts of the route.
Yeah, and it's that stepping away from the fast pace of, you know, whatever in the UK and so on. Yeah. And I was surprised that how easy it is. You know, you think, oh, I don't know, you know, I think with people haven't been traveling for a while, and they're thinking, oh, I don't know how to get to, how do we do? It's as simple as going to one of the airports in the UK, getting a flight to Faro, having the night before in one of the hotels. And at that time of year, which is the end of November, it's cheap to get a flight and to get a hotel or a B&B. And then the coach takes you from Faro to the start line.
And from the end to the Faro again.
Yeah. And
really return.
Yeah.
And returns to Faro, yeah.
So if you've got friends and family, they can go and stay at the finishing line for a couple of nights and meet you there. But what I thought,
or even you rent a car in the November, it's very cheap. You pay 25 euros per day or less sometimes, and the family can follow this. All the racers have a GPS tracker, and the family know exactly where they are and can follow and give some support on the 8 stations.
And you can do a solo, or you can do teams. And this it's 300 kilometers, is it? Yeah, 300
70 kilometers each one.
Each day.
No, it's for the relay team. Needs to have 4 people.
Yeah,
and each of them do around 70k.
Okay.
And for people that are like going, oh, brilliant, we can do a team. What is the cutoff? You know, how long do they get each day to do the 70 kilometers?
12 hours.
Oh, excellent. Oh, good. Yep. And whenever because I asked Bruno, okay, how much does it cost? If they sign up now for a solo for one person, how much does it cost?
350 euros.
That is cheap as chips.
And you know what kind of food we give in the station to the athletes. It's like a huge restaurant with lots of food and a place to relax and all the support during the race.
That's it, because they get the food, they get the trackers, they get the support. They also get to step inside the postcard, step inside the back. That is, I think, especially how the pricing levels of races are going up.
Absolutely.
In the UK, it's cheaper for you to get on an aeroplane, fly to Portugal, do that race, and then come home than it is for a few other ones. So for me, I think this is just a great opportunity. And then the teams, how much is it for the relay?
In this first phase, 600 for all the team. It's
For
more or less 150 for person.
That's
Wow.
fantastic. That's great. And I think what's
Incredible.
it is, and I think, you know, we remember before running where you might have gone on a lads or a girls' holiday for a few drinks, but you know, now you've got your hobby like trail running or ultra running. You can say,
But wait, we also like some drinks at the end.
there was a
After
few having
the
it in
race,
the
after the race, we have places to drink beers.
there was a few having it in the restaurant at the start because, like,
Really?
yeah, we got to this little village and we sat down and I was like, okay, can I have a small beer? And I was like looking at all the competitors. And they were like small beers, little, and it's that kind of, yeah, you know, we're just gonna go and enjoy it, and that's something really special. I loved it. And then,
Brilliant.
what is the sort of like what kind of qualifications or what do they need to have done to qualify for one of these races?
So you know these races for the solo race, it's 308 kilometers. So one of the requisitions that we have it's to have at least 4 ITRA points.
Yeah.
You need to finish a race with ITRA points registered on ITRA. Nowadays, every race are on ITRA. So the athletes must have 4 ITRA points, do it in the last 2 years, or can do it until September. And it's why we have this mandatory qualification, say that, for the race, because we want that the athletes have some experience on long races. It's not 100 miles, it's 308 kilometers. At least 2 nights. It's very hard to do it. The athletes have 72 hours to finish the race. It's time enough to sleep in the middle, to have showers, to eat, to relax, take pictures during the way, but they need to have experience, to run, to suffer, to know all the gear, all the gear that they carry. So it's why we ask that ITRA points to do the registration, or we can do after the registration, but until September.
And I think the ITRA is a more known association than in the UK, although I'm the representative for the organisers for the UK it's the International Trail Running Association. And if anybody's listening to this one, I don't know if I've done an ITRA race, don't know. If you have a look back on the last 2 years of the races that you've done, most probably there'll have been an ITRA race, as you say, Bruno, like all our races are ITRA, but you've also got until September to get those in, which right. Is the sort of thing. And then the wow, I'm excited that it's starting from where it finished. I'm already there. I'm already there. It's
a totally different competition when you start from when you do it for one place from the river to the sea. It's different from the sea to the river. It's totally different. It's faster, but it's more difficult because you run in a more difficult part at the end, and in the beginning it's very fast because it's more flat. So
switched the route, reversed it.
The reverse it from the sea to the river, it's more difficult.
Okay.
However, though, Rachel, as a spectator, it's just as easy. It's a lovely village where they start, but they'll be finishing because it overlooks the Spanish. But that's it. And how many places are available?
We opened the registration yesterday or 2 days ago, and we at the moment last night we already have 24 places booked.
Oh, congratulations!
Wow.
And we the race is limited to 100 persons.
Okay.
100 solo plus 4 or 5 teams, more 30 persons in solo, but 30 to relay teams. But for solo, maximum it's 100. Why 100? Because the first athlete and the last athlete have more than 24 hours in the middle of the race of difference.
Yeah.
And we have our team, our field team, are spare along the route. It's difficult to manage more than 100 athletes. And one thing that we like to know, and to know the name, and to receive every athlete as special. And if we have 200, 300 athletes, it's more difficult. We like to know these athletes. It's part of us. It's our friend. It's family. So 100, it's okay.
Yeah, I really noticed that whenever I was in, there was an aid station that was a fire station, and there was a few people that were coming in, and how the volunteers were speaking to them. I went over and said, "Oh, is he a friend or no?"
Just
oh, you know, it was like that service was just that was
really personal.
And then so we're going to hopefully get some teams out from the UK. We're going to be getting some get up. I'm hopefully going to be able to put a get up team together. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Me and Julie and Julie. No idea who Julie is. That was
Who's Julie?
a competitor that I'm thinking of already. Me and Rachel and a few of the get up squad will be coming out to support, definitely.
Absolutely.
And then, in terms of for people that can't get out before the race, how would you suggest they train in the UK? Just go out training normally, or is there a specific sort of plan you would suggest?
Or terrain?
The normal, the terrain, it's we have here some hills, not mountains, so I know that you have the problems of the mountains, that you don't have it so much on your area, but the most important is to know how to use the GPS to navigate.
Yes.
Lots of parts of the race during the night you cannot see the marks, and you must follow the GPS, and that is the most part. If you do a good navigation, it's good for run fast. When you have problems to do navigation, sometimes the athletes are lost. They need to return back, and for your mental during this race, for your mental sanity, it's bad.
And I remember speaking to you, Bruno, at the first time we met when I came out in 2019 to race, and you were saying that there were some parts of a race that you used to know where you were on the route by the smell of the flowers or whereabouts you were. I think that's a great tip, especially with different parts in the evening as well. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every part of the trail, I know very well all the track, and some parts have some characteristic vegetations, some river plants, and it's easy to recognize parts. And for the athletes, it's very inspiring when you use all your senses to explore the area.
Yeah, it's certainly, I don't know. I think there's some races you remember and some you forget and some you just go past. The Algarve, I cannot stress enough, and that's, I live rurally and we live in a beautiful part of like Llyn Peninsula, but the Algarve, going through that path, it's just, I get goosebumps. It's just something special. And then we'll put the links in the notes. The easiest way to sign up is just to go into the links. I think they ask for your passport details, don't they? Is it your passport details?
Yes. the passport details, the ITRA, your ITRA link, because you can go to ITRA, International Trail Running Association, and search for your name. And if you already did one competition somewhere, your name appears, and you just click it and give you that link for us. If the athlete cannot find the link, we can do a search also, but it's easier for us. So the necessary, it's the blood type, the blood type, the details, the passport details, the age, the name, the club, that the normal things, we tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, we already have on the link the recommendations in English. We at the moment we only have in Portuguese. We did translation 2 days ago, but we need to prepare all the graphics. But tomorrow I think will be ready. And as I know, as I tell you, the organization want to give you one registration for your followers. You decide how do you give this registration, this free registration, and you take care of that.
That's very exciting. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. And do you think Bruno Claire will come back next year? Well, this year even, to do the double?
I don't know. She already did both ways.
Oh, yes, she has.
In 2023, he did from the river to the sea, and last year she did two directions. But maybe she want to return to try to win the race.
Yes, that would be.
Last year she was very, very, very close to win the race, but in the last 30 kilometers it was hard for her also. But maybe she want to return. Papi want to return. He told me last week, and but Claire, maybe, and another top athletes also. They are interested, but I cannot give the names now.
Whenever we finished recording, you can tell us. Papi, Rachel, you've probably seen him for the adverts for the Marathon des Sables. He's got like this massive, big head of hair, and he's got the noisiest children in the world. Who I spent a car journey with. I'm only joking. That's hilarious. But yeah,
it's a very nice guy and a huge athlete.
Oh, massive. And then what I just thought was amazing, you get off the aeroplane in Faro, and I got into the taxi to take me to Faro, right, Rachel? And the taxi driver's like going, "Hello, how are you?" I said, "Hiya. What are you here for?" "Oh, I'm doing a podcast, and my friend is the organisation of the AlgarveUltra Trail." He goes, "Yes, we know it. It's the best." And I was like, "Wow, the support is from the whole Algarve." How did that happen, Bruno? Or is that just how people are in Portugal? They're just so supportive of
No, not all. It happens with time. We're going for the 7th edition, and the athletes are seen as like superheroes to finish these 308 kilometers. And all the people that love athletics and the trail running know what's happened and follow the athletes, follow all the here, and they are you see it, you see it on the village. The people go there to see the athletes crossing and they give some support and water in the middle of nowhere during the night, make some food to give them. So the people are really involved, and every year 8 years ago, when we started this race, everybody said, "Well, you are crazy. Me and my colleagues will kill some people in the middle of the countryside." And now they are asking when it's the race, who came from the race, at what time the race crossed this village. I want to be there. So it's normal every year. The announcement of the race increase, and the interest of the people also increase.
It's brilliant. I'm just really excited. I just want to go there now and just hang around for a few weeks, months, so on. But yeah, I can't wait. Bruno, listen.
Just if you want to come in to come here in my birthday, we will doing one thing. We'll do the Via Algarviana, the route, but in a small pace, like fun. Me and some friends, we are doing that during the summer and run a little bit, not in 72 hours, but 80.
When is your birthday?
You are 20th of June. We are June. You are invited.
20th of June.
Yeah.
20th of June.
We haven't got any races on then. I might potentially just go for like a little bit of a visit. Oh, I'm excited. Listen, before I move into your house, Bruno, thank you ever so much for coming on the show today, because we appreciate you've just launched 2024 race and you're going to be very, very busy with that. We'll put all the details in there. We'll also share all the information for people, and then we'll get the ball rolling to get somebody who can win the brilliant. And how do you say it? Is it ALUT or AlgarveUltra Trail?
ALUT. ALUT.
What?
ALUT.
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 ALUT. ALUT.
ALUT.
ALUT.
I'm just too excited. I've got to go now because I'm too excited. Bruno, thank you.
Thank you very much for your support, and we are if anybody have some questions, we can send us an email and we reply as soon as possible. We are available every time to give some support for everybody that have interest for this race. And thank you for your interest, and we hope to see you again here to try different brands of beers that we have. And it's a pleasure to have you here, and all your friends and your team.
Bruno, thank you ever so much, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.